Hello everyone, this is Lost Quest and today we are taking a look at the gameplay of Hidden Pass Alpha version. This is a turn-based tactical game featuring base building and 4x strategy elements. When developing this genre combination, we drew inspiration from timeless classics like the Heroes of Might and Magic series and more recent games such as Age of Wonders 4, Divinity Original Sin 2 and Songs of Conquest. Unscheduled council meeting of Triscar. On the top of the agenda is the Elerium Belt, a strange land high above the sea with anomalous concentration of energy. It is said this could threaten the security of the nation, not to mention precious Elerium, highly valuable and sought after mineral. The previous expedition vanished without a trace, and now a new one is being organized. You are the Wanderer, an experienced and wise warrior. You are the leader of this new expedition. The global map in Hidden Pass represents a segment of the Elerium Belt, where the expedition, led by the Wanderer, sets out. The belt stretches far into space and consists of massive, floating boulders, known as aeolites. At the very heart of the belt, ominous, unknown gates of immense size stand, the primary objective of your expedition. The aeolites are inhabited by peculiar, aggressive creatures called Evoi and Aisters. It is unknown where they originated from. Perhaps from astral plane, or they may have somehow emerged within the Elerium Belt itself. However, the key aspect of the aeolites is the vast deposit of iron and Elerium within their cores and quality timber on their surfaces. These resources are crucial for building colonies in the belt and expanding the expedition. Your journey begins at the belt's edge, where aeolites are relatively densely concentrated, and the environment is more stable. You initially control one aeolite, with a colony established on it, along with the expedition's headquarters, the Wanderer's Tower. This airborne city enables the production of automatons and zeppelins, trade, research, and recruitment of new adventurers for your expedition. These activities, however, require money and resources. The expedition's starting resources are limited, and there is little hope for any supplies from Triscar Republic. So players must venture into wild aeolites, establish new colonies, and gather resources. Special mechanisms, zeppelins, powered by Elerium engines, allow movement through the belt, quickly covering vast distances. Upon landing on an islet, the expedition sets out to explore it, often clashing with local inhabitants. So let's stick to combat features. Hidden Pass incorporates time-tested mechanics from classic games, introducing unique elements of its own. The game's combat follows traditional turn-based tactics, such as action points, which are using for abilities, move points, using for movement. Both types refresh with each unit's turn. Units move across a grid. Also, units possess two types of attack and defenses, magical and physical. Fun interactions between various states and effects is also the feature of the game. The turn system allows players to command all units on their turn, followed by the enemy's turn. Now let's examine the unique and reimagined combat elements. First, the most notable feature is combat verticality. The battlefield has 3 levels: ground, hills, and small floating allies. Units can move freely between these levels, creating tactical advantages. However, staying at a height possesses a risk, as enemies may push you off, and falling in Hidden Pass is quite unpleasant. Certain creatures in the belt can fly, while heroes may be equipped with jetpacks, allowing them to occupy any free cell on the ground or in the air, this providing distance from enemies. The second key feature is Elerium poisoning. In the game there is no classical mana system. Almost all units' abilities lead to an accumulation of Elerium within their bodies. So, Elerium boosts abilities but also poisons the body. So every use of any ability involves balancing between risk and tactical advantage. If the Elerium level becomes too high, the hero enters Elerium madness, losing health, while automatons cannot handle this energy and will immediately detonate. What is more interesting, that combat in Hidden Pass is dynamic, with units dealing significant damage, and monsters are intelligent and sometimes crazy. This often results in unexpected losses within the squad. However, there is no need to give up and restart the game. Players can, and should of course, always bring extra units in a Zeppelin and deploy them on the battlefield at any moment during their turn to fight in place of the fallen comrade. Surviving heroes gain experience, while automatons receive their share of grease. When a hero accumulates enough experience, they level up. A new level grants points to spend on different hero stats and expertise points. Hero stats in Hidden Pass are classic: endurance, strength, agility, speed, intelligence, and willpower. Each parameter impacts specific characteristics. For example, intelligence increasing the maximum amount of Elerium that can be accumulated, and the experience a hero gains. Expertise points allow heroes to study new specializations or deepen knowledge in previously learned areas. Each expertise has 3 levels: apprentice, master, and expert. Each level grants access to more powerful abilities within that expertise. For instance, an apprentice in explosives can throw goblin grenades, while an expert uses a massive flamethrower, engulfing the entire battlefield in fire. To learn new specializations, heroes are presented with 3 diverse options, based on their class and stats. This allows a nature mage not only to master magic, but also to wield a rifle, opening up a multitude of unique builds. For learning new abilities, heroes must visit the academy in the tower. After all, knowledge doesn't come from nowhere, and everything has a price. Once your expedition gathers enough momentum, establishes a stable economy, and collects resources, heroes will level up. Automatons will be built, and you can risk venturing deeper into the Elerium belt, towards the gates. As you approach the gates, allies will become scarcer, while creatures on the belt will grow larger and more abundant. On these far-off allies, you may encounter Alpha Aster or High Avoy, massive and terrifying in both size and strength. Additionally, it is common to meet other mercenaries on distant allies who have entered the belt for their own reasons, and they are far from friendly. The expedition, as it pushes through the belt, will eventually reach its primary objective, the gates. Only the bravest will uncover what lies hidden there, in the shadows. Imagining what creatures may lurk beyond is impossible. The gates emit an ominous energy in the form of discharges that periodically engulf the entire belt. These surges drive the inhabitants mad, empower monsters, and disrupt all devices. Will your expedition survive the adventure in the Elerium Belt? That depends entirely on you. This was Lost Quest and Hidden Pass review. Play, guys, only in good games.